The waiting, clean version. The following week was torture. Andrew seemed restless at work, but avoided my eyes. I forced myself not to ask what he was wearing under his uniform. It took all my self-control to resist. Instead, I decided to cool things down. If Andrea's new identity was going to stick, it had to be because she wanted it, not because I was pushing. But the waiting was agony. I think we should give each other some space, maybe even date other people, I said as evenly as I could. You're the first boy I've ever seriously dated, and I don't want to tie myself down too early. The stunned look on Andrew's face told me I'd hit my mark. I brushed off his protests and watched his confusion grow. A little distance, I reasoned, might do two things: give him time to work out what he really wanted, and keep him thinking about the version of himself that only I had encouraged him to explore. But the problem with distance is you don't see what's happening. Was Andrea taking hold of him, or was he sliding back into Andrew? Without proximity, how would I know? I decided not to think about Andrew at all and to focus instead on my own expression of femininity. As thrilling as it had been to guide Andrew, it was also a joy to lose myself in my own style, my own rituals, my own power. Besides, I suspected the prettier and more self-possessed I looked, the more I'd haunt Andrew's imagination. So on Monday, when I delivered the news of the cooling-off period, I deliberately wore a sharp, businesslike black skirt suit, a straight, pencil skirt just above the knee, a simple, single-breasted jacket, pointed heels, hair swept into a polished bun, immaculate makeup. I wanted to look unmistakably in control, but still feminine. After my little bombshell, I paraded past Andrew's counter as often as I could without so much as a sideways glance. I could feel his eyes following me, but I refused to acknowledge him. One of the perks of working in women's fashion is that you basically can't overdress. The next day I wore a crepe spring dress patterned with pink and red roses and a tiered ruffled hem, matched with pastel heels. The frock softened me and made me feel sensationally feminine. Once again, I flaunted myself in Andrew's line of sight, flirting lightly with other customers to underline his exclusion from my world. By Thursday, I was genuinely enjoying myself and, for the first time, feeling a real sense of freedom from Andrew altogether. Still, I dressed with him in mind. That day it was a plain white blouse, a dark brown skirt, and tan boots, deliberately casual to underline that, unlike men, women could wear anything from business suits to easy weekend styles and still project power. But that night I had a moment of panic. What if Andrew was actually getting used to life without me? On Friday morning, I decided on a full-scale assault of glamour. I wore a cream crossover top with a matching skirt and shoes, and spent ages on my hair to give it a soft, free-flowing look. A carefully chosen necklace and earrings completed the picture. This time, when I walked past him, I gave him the smallest, slowest smiles, just enough to remind him that I still noticed. The power had shifted again. This time, it was mine to wield. I really enjoyed dressing up, Andrew stammered as he caught up with me on my way to the staff lounge. His voice cracked, his hands trembled. Could we do it again? Please. I blinked at him, pretending surprise. What did you say? I want you to dress me up again. In your clothes. I want to look pretty. Like you. The words hung between us like a live wire. Oh, Andrew, I said softly, my heart hammering. That would be exciting. We could dress you up and we could be girlfriends together. But no, I couldn't. I couldn't live with myself thinking I'd done that to you. Please, Lorraine, he whispered, eyes wide. I want this so much. I let him talk. In fact, I led him to a quiet corner of the mall so he could unburden himself fully. He was like a pressure cooker ready to explode, and once I gave him space, he poured it all out. That first time you let me wear your nightie, he said in a rush, I couldn't stop thinking about it. It wasn't just about you, it was about the fabric, the softness, the colors. I wanted my own. When you had me wear your things for a week, I couldn't believe how much I liked it. It wasn't about anyone else seeing me, it was about how it felt. He swallowed and went on, more animated with each sentence. When you took me shopping, I pretended not to care, but I was looking at everything. I wanted to try things myself, but I couldn't say it. Boys aren't supposed to want that. When you asked me to choose a teddy for you, I was thrilled even though I didn't say a word. And when you said I should wear it instead of giving it to you, I couldn't stop thinking about it. He was shaking his head now as if ashamed. I started buying my own things, he admitted. I've been wearing them ever since. I couldn't go back to my old clothes. Every time I look at my hands or feel my skin, I want to be Andrea, not Andrew. I don't even care if I'm a boy or a girl anymore. I just want to feel like that all the time. I want you to teach me. Make me pretty. Show me how to do hair, makeup, jewelry, everything. Please. I'll do whatever it takes. I stared at him, speechless. I had wanted to influence him, but never in my wildest dreams had I thought it would go this far. Quiet, shy Andrew was gone. In his place stood Andrea, animated and pleading to be crafted into a new self. Frankenstein had nothing on me. Andrea, are you saying you want to become a woman? I asked slowly, or that you want to dress as one? I know it sounds crazy, he said. But I don't want to be a man anymore. I never was much good at it anyway. When you joked about us being girlfriends together, my heart sang. All I could think was, yes, yes, yes. That's what I want. To be Andrea forever. Andrew can stay in the past. He looked down, as if afraid I would laugh. Please don't be put off. You've been the only person who's ever seen me like this. You don't have to worry about forcing me. I want this. I can't stop now. I need you to help me. I want to be a girl like you. I took a deep breath, masking my inner thrill with a serious tone. Well, I suppose I don't have much choice in the matter, do I? He lit up, but I raised a finger. But there will have to be rules. Anything, Lorraine. I'll do anything as long as I can stay Andrea. First, I said, my voice calm but firm, I want you to put everything you've just told me into writing. All of it. That it was you who first asked to wear my nightie. That you were the one who wanted to wear my things. That you bought the teddy and stockings for yourself. That you've chosen the name Andrea. Then sign it twice, one says Andrew and one says Andrea, with the words underneath, Andrew Miller for the last time. Andrea Miller from now on. Only after you've done this will I even consider helping you further. If you truly want my help, you must take full responsibility yourself. That's just fine with me. Consider it done. Andrea said, her eyes shining. And I just want you to know, I replied evenly, that since you're so obviously committed to becoming Andrea, there will be no half measures. I'm going to give you as thorough an education in what it means to live as a girl as I possibly can. You'll do exactly as I say from now on. If you so much as even moan about any of my instructions, I paused, letting the tension build. Then everyone will know you broke your promise. Are we clear? I don't care who knows, Andrea said. You won't get any complaints from me. When can we start? After you finish your note, I said. Bring it to me with every single item of Andrew's clothing stuffed in garbage bags. I mean everything: underwear, shoes, pants, t-shirts, aftershave. Not one item left behind. Only then will we begin. Andrea's eyes widened, but she nodded. Oh, Andrea, I whispered. This is so exciting. We're going to create someone completely new. It was not the ritual itself, but the symbolism that mattered. I had Andrea stand quietly while the room filled with soft light and perfume. She repeated her new name out loud, Andrea from now on. Andrea from now on, like an incantation. Instead of graphic acts, I focused on presentation. Her first outfit was carefully chosen to overwhelm her senses with color, texture, and movement. A pastel pink blouse with embroidered flowers. A soft skirt lined with delicate fabric so that every step she took whispered femininity against her skin. Clean hair, a light scent, polished nails. This was her debut, and she embraced it wholeheartedly. Within days, her family's confusion boiled over, and she moved in with me. She left her job. The men's department was no longer a safe or suitable environment, and began helping me build a new routine. Far from weakening her resolve, each setback only made her lean further into Andrea's identity. Consolidation, clean version. Once Andrea moved into my flat, her new life truly began. We created a household with clear roles. She handled the domestic sphere with care and precision, and I handled our public life and professional responsibilities. It wasn't punishment, it was her choice, and she thrived in it. She learned to cook, to manage a household, to present herself with poise in public. I taught her how to shop for herself, how to pair outfits, how to carry herself in a way that matched her new identity. Every day became a lesson, walking, speaking, styling, accessorizing. In return, I supported her, buying her clothes, taking her out, mentoring her through appointments and courses to prepare her for eventual transition. She soaked up every detail. I won't pretend my motives were entirely selfless. There was a thrill in my control over the process, not in harming her, but in seeing someone reshape themselves completely under my guidance. It was like sculpting in real life. She blossomed before my eyes. Her confidence grew, her posture changed, her voice softened. Soon she was wearing outfits that even made me catch my breath. A black bell neck top with a curved hem skirt and red wrap, a necklace, earrings, handbag, and shoes chosen with care. She had transformed from a shy, awkward Andrew into someone who could walk out the door as Andrea and command a room. As for me, my own femininity only deepened. My career soared, I was promoted to manageress of women's wear, and at home I built the life I'd wanted. Yet through it all, one truth remained. Andrea wasn't a project anymore. She was a person. The woman I'd crafted had become real. In truth, what excites me most isn't a physical act, but the symbolism of it all, the feeling that we've brought Andrea's transformation full circle. Everything we've built together, every lesson, every change, every milestone, has led to this moment where we're no longer two people playing roles, but two partners building a real life together. For me, this is the ultimate ego trip, bigger than any personal achievement I've had. To help someone evolve so completely, to stand beside her as she embraces the life she was meant to live, feels like watching a masterpiece come to life. We've already taken the next step and put our names down to adopt a child together. The idea of building a family, of Andrea one day nurturing and caring for a child as naturally as she's learned to care for herself, fills me with hope for our future. It's no longer just about transformation, it's about creation, about building something lasting and loving together.